edi nyamia sem a ishem kran na bevoye amaye Christo suma kwamfio SCP.
I'm saying these things. Is it because you are like me, you are not familiar with it? Shall we all?
Amen. We
thank God for today once again. That it has become His will that we have come together again to worship Him. Because once upon a time, me and you were not part of it. Our husbands used to go and listen and come back with the feedback to us. But God has granted us that favor that today as a women we are also able to come and stand before our husbands and also our children and preach to them.
I
thank God our fathers. Apostle is not in our midst, but one of the thanks goes to him as well. And to all the ministers and the fathers in here.
Any elders, any deaconesses, any also be two in any money in our dog be asked.
And to all the deaconesses, the deacons, and all our children, and all the youth.
And there's a deacon, I am mad.
As we have said before, today is Women's Day.
Now, I saw someone I am a memo, edit so, Yanima, something to assembly say, how are you prepared for the judgment day? Amen.
And the theme that our mothers, when they went to put their heads together, they come up with the fact that how a sign a basic ananti ewo Christo akodru eweyem ready. Until more than yes, judgment day.
Na me dia some no baby am immediate free ewo edisam no. Etire edonu mi hu. Nchiche mu edumi no. Amen.
Okay, and this is why I got my message from. It's from Revelations. So please, I'm reading this Revelation. Amen. Somebody with the English Bible to read for us Revelation
22,
chapter 22, verse 12. Anyone there? Quickly, please. We got a lot, but our time is not enough. Is somebody there?
Revelation 22:12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give to everyone according to his work. Amen.
Amen.
Na say the
Amen. When I took this message, as our mothers have said, and I was thinking this way.
Amen.
He said he's going to judge us according to our deeds.
Now ever say Amen.
Amen. As you all know, if you take a job, you cannot go and work in Italy and come and get your payment here in Britain. Where you work is where you earn your pay. So as Christians, where we are worshiping and how we are worshiping is how we are going to be judged. So me and you, what sort of preparation have we done awaiting this judgment day? Because you cannot go and get your reward anywhere. Just because you cannot just go and get, as you cannot go and get your pay anyway, as our mothers have said, all what you are doing in here, that is how you are going to be judged.
Now me for Matthew 24, me see am making kind of pray. Amen.
And I've taken Matthew 24 and I realized that our mother read it today.
It means kind.
So I'm not going to read.
Or see.
She said.
She said,
even the angels, they do not know when this judgment is coming. So how are we as well going to know when this judgment day is coming? So what we and you need to do is we need to prepare ourselves towards this very day.
Amen.
It is said that it's only God himself that knows this very day.
Now, I'm saying, if you are near my media farm, me too, I'm saying, I'm putting some tree now, I'm offering. Amen.
It was said that last Friday, this topic was being dealt with. So just as she was sitting there, she said, oh, all the topics that are prepared, this is what all these women have spoken about.
I am Matthew 25, verse 1 going, you know.
This is Matthew 25, verse 5 onwards. 1 onwards.
But was true, I needed to do a murder. Amen.
Said that he was comparing this heaven with 10 women.
Now you say a man. They realized
that 5 men were women were wise and the other 5 were not wise.
Now you can say myself no you say and we can
realize that as we read through that, we all realize that all these 10 women were in the house of the Lord. So how the 5 are wise and the other half was wise? Just because when the 5 took their lamps to go and meet the bride, they didn't and the 5 that the Bible is describing them as wise, they prepare themselves that they are going to meet this bride. Because they prepare themselves knowing that in everything, anything can happen at any time. They prepare knowing that they are going with a lamp, and at a point in time, the lamp will lose its oil and it will need another one. So they took extra with them. So how do you understand this message that is coming to you? Because in this Christianity, and if you prepare yourself anyhow and you reach the judgment day, how are you going to account for your deeds? If you prepare yourself properly.
Now who say baby I make on and yet you painting I make on
if you tell yourself that now that I'm going to church, I am not going for the favor of anybody, but I am going to worship God in order to get a place in this heaven that we prepare. And if you be obedient to all the commandments that the God has given it to us. And we realize that when this bride came in the middle of nowhere, because when you look at it, when they went to meet this bride, when they arrived there, because of those unwise people, they went not thinking that the lamp will lose its oil and took another one. The lamp lost its oil and then they ran out of light.
Now you say,
they realized that when by the time they arrived there, then the bridegroom has already left. It is a very, very important topic for me and you. You go there in front of during the judgment day and say, oh, I am the one that did this and that. But he said, I will not. He said he will not come but he is just coming like a rapture.
And say, my man, my sign. It's in every church you want to say. Yeah, what are you here?
He said that we should prepare ourselves properly.
Now say yes to Christo bar.
And if the Christ comes,
Then you
will be able to give a good account. If you look at the 1 Corinthians 10,
verse 31 now.
verse 31.
Was it Bibi Piara? Was it Samu Didio? Samu Numo? Bibi Piara, Yen Christo.
This verse says that whatever that you are doing, do it to glorify God.
I mean, son,
God bless his word.